Good day, everybody. This is Doug, the Modeling Hermit, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. But before we get started on what you're looking at here, I'm going to let you look at something else. Now, some people would call what we just looked at snow and dreaded stuff and all this kind of stuff. I call it a good excuse to build models. As if I need an excuse anyway, but I figure while that's going on out there, I can't be out there doing much anyway. So I'm going to be concentrating on what you're looking at right now. The Shelby GT, I think that's a 68. I got 2 or 3 of those sitting around. That's a 68 Shelby GT 500. I'll be building that as a drag version to go with this Ford Louisville Line 8000 car hauler. Those will be covered in another video at future, actually a series of videos. I'll do a build on those. I'll do a build on those. I can't talk right now. So anyway, I'm showing you those for a later date. And for right now, what we're going to be concentrating on is getting those things out of the way. And we're going to be concentrating on this 1985 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. I'm really not much into the sports car type thing, but the 80s Camaros, a lot of people kind of hated those things. I heard a lot of, bad things towards them. I thought they were really cool, and it's probably because I actually owned an 85 when I lived up in Alaska. I had an 85 with a T-top, and it wasn't very exciting. It had the 6-cylinder in it, V6 if I remember right. And but it was still a cool car. I had a lot of fun with it up there. So anyway, with that in mind, we're going to be building this one. This is a Z28. It's not an IROC. It's a straight Z28. And of course, this being a model kit will have the V8 in it. So we're going to be building. Let's see. Let's get a side view of it for you. There's the side view. This is who makes this? Revel or MT? Revel makes this one. So this is what we're going to be building. It does not have the T-top. It has strange exhaust. I mean, you got the dual exhaust coming out, but single exhaust coming from the engine down to the past the rear wheels, where they put into dual exhaust. So I guess it's kind of a fake way of exciting people. But anyway, I will do it. I'll do it my way. Let's face it. There's the interior on it. It does have some kind of exciting decals for that interior. The engine is an engine. There's the decals for it. So anyway, this is what we're going to be building. Let me spin that around. And geez, if I can get hold of it. There we go. So, and you can see that it costs $34.99. I think this, I don't know if it was this a Hobby Lobby. If it was, it probably didn't cost me that much. I would have got it on sale when I go in for their 40% off sales. So anyway, that's what we're going to be building. And I will take a break here and we'll get this thing opened up. Because like you can see, it's still got the plastic on it yet. I'll get this thing opened up and we'll kind of do a little walkthrough of what's in this thing. Okay, are you back with me? First thing we got to do is get our X-Acto knife out here. And we're going to do a little bit of cutting on this. Oops, if I can cut in a straight line. There we go. And now we get into there, getting hold of that, and there we go. Set that to the side. And we're just going to rip this plastic off of here. I don't get too carried away with it. I don't plan on reusing that plastic. I don't know of anybody that I've ever heard of that did reuse it. All right. So, this is our kit with the plastic off of it. That's kind of really cool box art. You can see it. They've actually marked that right onto the body itself. That's interesting. Body of the box itself. So now we got to try and get this box open. There we go. Let's set that over that way, out of the way. Okay, we have tires that are molded on. Oh, those are so solid things. They can be a real pain. They got the little attachment onto it. This little piece of rubber here. That could be a pain in the neck to get off and get it sanded out. But that's okay. We have to sand those tires a little bit to give them a little traction. Look, let's toss those over to the side. Our glass, I'm leaving the glass in the plastic bag. We have, let's see, the tail lights, headlights, and the back window, windshield. They're molded into one piece with the spacer between them. I'll decide whether I'm going to do that. I'm probably, depends on how detailed I get with this kit. I may just use the double stick tape to hold that up to the roof. I also may cut that, just depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I cut that out, sometimes I use double stick tape. So here we are with all the ingredients at the bottom. Geez, there's not a lot in this kit. Let me see if I get this over without bumping you guys too much. So my handy dandy scissors here. And well, before we do that, let's take a look at the instructions, and there's probably decals in there too. Yeah. Okay, decals. Oh yeah, we got 2 or 3 different choices for interior seat colors. And some striping for that lower section on the body. Okay, let's put that over to the side. Our instructions are, let's see, how many pages do we have? We have 8 pages of instructions. This is just telling you what pieces we have for it and what colors things were for the paint guide. And let's see. Engine assembly. Oh, this thing is really straightforward. This is really simple. This is very simple. Okay. Yeah. Put in the body. And yeah, they even give you instructions for their decals, where to put those. Give you instructions on the decals of where to stick them, I guess. So, let's just go ahead and drop that over to the side. Now we're going to open up the body. We can get this box out of the way now. Let's see. I'm trying to get this so that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, that goes that way. Pull everything up, put the plastic over there, and let's take a look at the body. What do we have for mold lines? I don't see any mold lines. Geez, Rebel, you did a nice job on this. Did a nice job on this one here. Yeah, there's nothing there. A little bit of a mild warp right there. Very, very mild. I can live with that. That's not going to be a problem. But yeah, there's just, okay, there's a couple little things here where maybe things were attached or something. That'll sand out. Probably looks like about 30 seconds of sanding on that body. Now those tires to me, actually I'm probably going to use different tires. I've got some Goodyear that they had the names on them stuff, the white lettering on them. So anyway, look at this. We have parts for the interior and the same sprue with parts for the engine. Now that's interesting. I don't like it when they do that because sometimes I like to leave my parts on the sprue when I spray paint them. And that means this one might be a separate color from that. our wheels are on sprue together with, I have no idea. That looks like something like mirrors or something there. But anyway, so, and they have to be painted. And we'll decide on that later. I may use different wheels on it. Okay. Interior, engine, suspension. All on the same sprue, but all very nicely done. I don't see anything that I have to cut. I want to call attention to something here. Where's my... I need a pointer, so I'll use this thing here, I guess. Okay. On the transmission, you see these little... There you go. You see these little bumps here on that? I saved those. I use those in dioramas on different things. They can be like little cups sitting on a counter. They can even be like these here could actually be like ice cream cones or something. So anyway, I save all those things. You see, there's a couple more here. And there's some down here on these. There's the mirrors here. There's some on these mirrors. Those are really good ones. Those can be like oil cans for those. So anyway, I do save those. And that's all I see on this in here. So anyway, yeah, this will all have to come apart to be painted for when I spray those. Same thing here. We have, this is really interesting. This is almost a snap kit, really. I mean, it's not, but it's close because you got all these engine pieces here that are very, very strange to me. I've not built one of these kits before, so it's odd to me to find the lower section of the engine molded into the chassis. This is going to be an interesting, actually kind of a fun kit for me here, trying to figure this one out. Because, yeah, here's the lower half of the engine molded into the chassis. That's going to be interesting. Here's the upper section of the engine. Right there. And then you got the dash over here. And then some wheel backs on this. This is your gas tank. I mean, it's a well-detailed kit. It looks like to me. Just odd. Okay, there's your exhaust. The intersection... this is the inner part of the engine bay. So yeah, this is your engine bay here. It's all one piece. Okay, yeah, so you can be watching me have some fun with this thing, trying to actually figure out what's going on. Is this... No, I don't think it's a snap. It doesn't say it's a snap kit. But anyway, yes, I will get this all detailed up here. There's your hood. And those, that has to be painted black in there. They probably got a decal for that. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this is new to me. Here's another couple of those little pieces that can be like oil cans or something like that for a diorama. So yeah, we've got a little fun on this in here. Trying to figure it out. It's new territory for me. I've not built anything like this before. So this is going to be a very enjoyable build, I hope. It looks to me like it should be because it's so different than anything else I've ever built. So I'm going to actually have to use the instructions for something besides a place to lay my paintbrush. So with that in mind, I'm going to sit here and take a little time to figure this thing out and try and get a direction on how to start on this thing. So until later, I will be busy playing with plastic. I painted the car in maroon color with silver accents. I remember seeing one of these years ago. I think the first time I ever saw one, I believe it was an IROC Z. And it was in those colors. And it was at nighttime. And I just remember the light shining off it and how cool that looked. And it had I think probably a gray interior. I'm not sure these actually had a silver interior, but this one's going to have a silver interior. And yeah, just a sharp looking car. The tires, I've got those sanded now, the tread sanded, so they look a little more realistic. This is going to be the interior color. Basically, I'll probably do a black carpeting in it, where it'd be carpeted areas, and some black accents. But I think for the most part, I'm going to leave that silver. The dash, I did do that in black. And if I get it to stop wiggling. I've done a little work on the engine. I'm not exactly, I think it's supposed to be an iron color, but I'm just going to fake that. This is the engine bay. I've done it same color as the car, the hood, and just basically everything. I'm still going to paint the bottom of the engine in that. This is a unit body. So I went ahead and did that in the same color as the body of the car. I looked on Google, and you got a little bit of everything on there. You got some that are body colors, some that are painted black. You just name it. So I just went ahead and did a body color. And so that's where I'm at so far on it. There's my exhaust. I painted that just basically a steel color, steel and aluminum. Here's my wheels for it. And I painted those, actually I painted those aluminum. And so that's where I'm at on this so far. Now I have to start doing the detail work on it, picking everything out, and that's going to take a while, but that's kind of the fun project. I thought about doing this in the same colors as the car that I had originally owned years ago, but decided, no, let's just play around with it and see what happens. Just enjoy it. So, the next time you see this, I will probably be showing it as a finished model. There's just so little to do to this thing. It's just almost a snap together. I'm just wondering, maybe at one point it was snapped together or something, but I mean, this one does take some gluing. But it's a very simple kit to build, so I will probably just, like I said, I'll just go ahead and detail it up and then do a finished video on it. That's going to be my guess anyway. We'll see what happens. I may want to show some of my detail work better. So, until next time, we will be sitting here painting away and detailing away